Well, I suppose there's a couple of things really. Parking spaces is one, EV charging points is another, and there's parts of Shannon where there's walls in front of their houses, where if the walls were taken down, people could reverse in their cars and charge their cars overnight. There's other parts of Shannon where there's green areas in front of the houses, that if the council developed these green areas into maybe 4 or 5 extra car parking spaces. I put funding out of my GMA funding last year down in Clonarna, which was early this year, and we put in a few spaces there. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, above in the greater Drumgeely area, I allocated funding and we put in spaces there. And these spaces are working great, because when Shannon was built, going back 55, 60 years ago, there was maybe one car along the whole of Fergus Drive or Fergus Road at the time, Cork Drive, Fergus Road.
Not to speak of multiple cars in one house.
No, exactly, and the way it is at the moment, where your grown-up children are staying at home because they can't afford to buy a house. So you could have 3, 4 and 5 cars in some houses, where originally there was one car maybe in the whole road. The roads, the car parking spaces around Shannon are lacking, and it's not feasible to have all these cars parked up on the side of the main road, of the roads in around Shannon. And I suppose the other side of it is, as a country and as a government and everything else, they're promoting EV cars. A lot of parts in Shannon, you cannot get an EV charger as far as your car to charge it unless you bring it out over the footpath. And if somebody falls out over that charger in the night time, who's responsible? It's the person, I presume, that's charging the car.
Mm-hmm. So you're proposing channels to be dug into the footpaths, as seen in other countries?
Yeah, well, when I was investigating the issue, I see in the UK where they're rolling out a pilot project where they're cutting a little ravine or drain into the footpath outside houses, putting down a ducting that you can put your EV charger into, and it actually buries your charger in the ground while you're charging your car, and you can take it back up then and put it back into your house that following day, and you have your cheap electricity obviously in the night time. There was people here today saying that maybe we should put more EV chargers around the town of Shannon. That's fine, but you're charging your car in at peak times. What I'm looking for is so that a person can reverse their car in against their own house, charge their car at their own house in the night time when the rates of electricity is at a reduced rate.
What did you make of the response you got from the MD today on that?
Well, I suppose in a way, I suppose there's a lot more into the motion that reads that meets the eye. And I'm going to have to talk to the engineer again, because in fairness, when I put it down, I only spoke about car parking spaces in Shannon. But there is a lot more to it than actually just car parking spaces. And I couldn't write a motion explaining everything, but I had to get it on the cloth at the same time. So I will be sitting down with Cayman, our new engineer, again, and discussing this issue further.